Good morning, boys and girls. Today we will be doing an art project all about us. Before we get started, I have a few questions I would like you to discuss within your table groups. The first question is, what are things that you like to do? The second question is, what is something that you like about yourself? Now let's all come back together as I ask you one more question before we get started. How many of us know how to draw the parts of our face? Does anyone know how to draw the parts of our bodies? Now let's discuss some words we need to know. Our first word is pattern, which is the use of lines and shapes repeated over again. Here are some examples of different patterns. There are zigzags, squiggly lines, shapes, and colors. Our next word is structure, which is the arrangement of many parts in relation to one another to create one whole piece. Here are some examples of pictures that use structure. We will be using structure to draw our faces. The next word is unique, which means unlike anyone else. Here are some pictures that are unique that we don't see every day. When we draw our pictures of ourselves, all of them will look different because not one of us looks the same as another. The next word is proportions, which is how big one part is compared to another in order to make it look correct. Here are some examples of proportions in drawings. You can see how certain objects are bigger than others because they are closer or farther away. The last word we have is negative space, which is the unused or blank space in a drawing. Here you can see the arrows pointing to the blank spaces of the pictures. Are you ready to get started on your project? Here we go.
So first we want to start by drawing a circle for the head. My head shape is a circle, but make sure you draw yours, circle or oval. We want to make sure that we're drawing 2 ears on each side of our head. For my ears, I'm using a heart shape. To be sure that we're using correct proportions, we want to make sure that the ears are smaller than the head. Now we want to start by drawing eyebrows. For this step, we're going to use 2 U shapes connected together, almost looking like caterpillars. Next, we want to draw our eyes. There are different eye shapes for every person, and that's what makes us unique, unlike anyone else. So for my eyes, mine are an almond shape. Now we want to start by drawing the inside of our eyes. So we're going to draw a little circle for that. Next, we want to make sure we draw a nose with a U shape. And now we're focusing on hair. My hair is wavy and curly, so I'm drawing waves for my hair. Next, we want to do a smile because today is a great day. Now we're going to do a neck for the start of our body, so we're doing 2 lines extending down from our head. Now we want to do 2 lines extending down to make our shoulders. Next, we want to make holes for our arms to go through our shirts, so we're using 2 square-like shapes on each side of our body, and then we want to extend down our shirt and make a rectangle shape. Now, by doing this, we want to make sure that we have arms coming out of our shirt. So make sure you draw 2 lines extending down. We want to mimic rectangle shapes. Here I'm drawing hands and I'm drawing fingers on my hands because the structure of our body allows our hands to come from our arms and fingers to come from our hands. We have 10 in total, 5 on each hand, so make sure you draw them all. Next, we want to start drawing our bottoms. If you're drawing pants like me, make sure you draw 2 pant legs. Now we want to make sure we draw our shoes. So here, draw 2 shoes. Next, we want to make sure that we're drawing patterns on our shirts. Use 2 patterns from your pattern worksheet and put them all over your shirt. Try to cover as much space as you can here. So first I'm laying down 1 pattern to make it easy. And next, I'm going to add on a second pattern. That way, I make sure that I have 2 patterns on my shirt. Now it's time for our favorite part. It's time to color. So for this, we want to make sure we don't use white or black. We want to use an actual color for our shirt. Maybe you can choose your favorite color. Here I chose purple because it's my favorite color. To make the pattern stand out, I wanted to color them in a little bit darker. Next, we want to make sure that we color our pants. For my pants, I'm using blue as my color. Make sure you color all the spaces and not leave any space white. Next, we want to make sure that we're starting to color our shoes. For my shoes, I'm coloring them purple, same as my shirt. Now we want to begin coloring our skin. Make sure you use a color that matches the color of your skin. My skin is a little bit tan, so I'm using a tan colored pencil. Again, make sure you cover an all white space. Now we want to make sure we color in our eyes. Mine are brown, so I'm coloring mine brown. Next, our eyebrows to match the color of our eyebrows. Now I'm coloring my hair to match my eyebrows, which is a very dark brown. Sometimes our eyebrows and hair don't match in color, and that's okay. That's what makes us unique. Earlier we talked about negative space, so here I am pointing out the negative space around my picture. We want to make sure we fill that in. We're going to fill that in using patterns. Here we want to use two different patterns just like we did on our shirt. I chose polka dots laying down the first pattern, and next I'm doing squiggly lines to make it a wavy pattern. So here I am continuing to fill in the pattern all the way throughout the page. Remember, we don't want any negative space or any white space on our paper, so make sure you color it in as much as possible. Because we want to make sure that we don't leave any white space, we want to color the rest of our background with our colored pencil. Go over the background with more colored pencil if you see white space and you need to color some more. Now we're finishing up our drawing and the coloring is almost done. Make sure you put your name on the back of the paper and we're done.
Here are some more examples. I hope you have fun with this project. Thank you!